It's part 2.
Yeah. Part 2 of Garbage Eggs.
Okay, we ended off on the
Alolan variants.
variances.
Yeah.
God, so cool.
We got a lot more to go. Let's just dive in. Let's just keep going.
Yep. We got to keep going. This is going to be a long one. For you guys, it's going to be episodic.
Yes.
For us, it's one long sit-down take.
Yes.
Now, Alola Gen 7 introduces this idea.
Yes.
This idea that they never approach again as of the recording of this, which is June of 2023.
Yeah. They could come back.
They could. The DLC for Gen 9 has not yet come out.
It's just, they're so weird. They're so weird. Even for Pokemon.
Mm-hmm.
Ultra Beasts.
That's the point of them.
It feels like, because everyone would look at, like, various other cute little animal type designs for things and go, oh, it just looks like a Pokemon. It just looks like a Pokemon, no matter what franchise it was.
Yep.
And it feels like Pokemon looked at all that and went, okay, we'll show you what it doesn't look like for a Pokemon. We will give you the Pokemon that isn't a Pokemon.
Yes.
And they've given us these.
So, Mega Beasts.
Ultra Beasts.
Sorry, Ultra Beasts. I don't know much about them. I'm slowly learning. You know about them?
Not really, because they're like even when you like catch them in the game, they're hard to really understand. I never finished Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. It was so boring. It was just the same game again.
Yeah. The first one we start out with.
Yeah, Nihiligo.
Oh, I was gonna go with Polypole.
Oh, Polypole. I know the thing around Ultra Beasts is that they're designed. The idea is invasive species because
They're not natural to this world.
yeah. Well, also because Alola is based off of like Hawaiian Islands and other Pacific islands like that, and there's a big problem with invasive species. Like people would travel, bring some random creature over with it, and it would completely fuck up the ecosystem.
Yep.
So that was the idea that these things don't belong and they are dangerous to day-to-day life. I don't know if they're based on specific invasive species that have been introduced to various islands.
Looking at it, I don't know. It looks like a reptile, but it also looks like an alien.
Yeah. I know the designer of Polypole said that they went in designing it as if it was a different dimension starter Pokemon.
Ah.
Which is very cute.
It also is the only Ultra Beast to evolve.
Yes, that we know of. Technically, I guess the others could be final evolutions, and we just don't know enough about them to know that.
It's all speculation from there. I mean, we could talk about the Paradox Pokemon, it would be the same thing.
True.
But also opposite of it.
Yes.
Yes, it just gets confusing at some point. Nihiligo?
Nihilego? It's neat. The jellyfish vibe is cool.
I always thought it was something else than what its actual typing is.
Yeah, it's poison. None of them actually look...
I thought it was a ghost.
Yeah, none of them actually look like the types they're supposed to be.
The way it floats and disappears and embodies other human beings like a doppelganger.
Yeah.
It's poison.
It's weird because
But that's the whole point of the Megas. It's to subvert your assumptions.
Yes. And Nihiligo's just like it's a wacky one. This is one you see the most throughout the game, and I understand why because it is a good design.
Yeah, they got it right. Mm-hmm. Almost like a lady in white.
Yeah,
kind of that classic.
Yeah, like a ghost. Yeah.
Yeah, the classic illusion of there's the woman in white who waits by the seaside as her husband never shows up, and that's a very used up motif.
Yeah, but it's an interesting take on it.
Yes. Buzzwole.
Buzzwole! I love Buzzwole. It's so weird and dumb, and I love it. Bug Centaur. I'm a super buff Bug Centaur.
I would say he's my favorite, but no. He looks cool, and you're right. Bug Centaur, buff. The buff little bee. If bees looked like this, you would not be killing them.
It's also exclusive to Sun.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and the next one's exclusive to Moon.
What is that? Pheromosa?
Pheromosa. They're both fighting types.
Are they really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's weird. Because Pheromosa does not look like a fighting type.
It's
but
like,
again, to subvert.
It's like the female opposite to Buzzwole, which is so weird. Because I don't know if they have genders, if I remember.
No, they don't. They can't breed.
So, yeah, it's like the equal and opposite of Buzzwole. Like this big, huge, many limbs, and then tiny, skinny, but fast as hell.
Because there is a Mega later on that is way faster, and that's Kartana.
Yeah.
That thing is tiny. It's very small.
Yes.
But it can, like, when I was reading about it, it can slice your throat in like a second.
Yeah, it's a steel type.
Yes.
It's like origami, but made out of metal.
It's a bug steel.
Yeah.
It's a scissor on fucking steroids.
It might be grass steel. I don't remember. It's weird.
Yes. So this is my favorite one.
Xurkitree?
Yep,
It's
Xurkitree.
my favorite too.
It's just so much fun, and it's shiny. It's so colorful and cute.
Uh-huh.
You just want to hang out and have a party with it.
I like its silly little like rubbery limbs and its sparky tree head.
Yep. And then Celestia.
Celesteela. It's based on the Bamboo Princess, which is a traditional Japanese story about a princess who was born inside of bamboo. There's more to it than that, but that's really all you need to know. Being bamboo...
I'm honestly, I'm not surprised, but I'm also going... Why did you get there in the first point? It's something I've come to grapple with when it comes to Asian mythologies.
Yeah.
Like, you know, before Sun Wukong was with the priest,
Yeah.
right? And they went off their journey to the west, right?
Mm-hmm.
He terrorized the heavens and hells.
Yeah, he was just a
And-
monkey.
No, he was more intelligent than the other monkeys he was with.
True.
And he was there to help the monkeys, his own people, from the terrors of the heavens and earth. Anyways, it's just... How do you get there? How do you logically just get there?
I just have a fun idea. Bamboo Princess. That's why it's a steel type. And its arms are actually rockets, and it flies like a rocket ship.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's huge, too.
Yeah, I can see that.
Guzzlord.
Guzzlord is probably...
It's a black hole.
Yes.
It eats everything. It has the weirdest voice in the anime. It just sounds like a man screaming.
Oh god.
Ah!
I like his design. He's supposed to be creepy. I like that his hands come out of his mouth.
It's a lot.
And his hands are mouths.
I know the designer said they were inspired by, like, construction machines. Like,
That would make sense.
yeah.
Yeah, a little excavator, which is... Oh, how else would you describe an excavator?
Excavator is the only word I can think of to describe an excavator.
I never...
A machine that eats rocks, I guess.
I actually never knew they were called excavators until watching a show about Oak Island.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
Wow. What did you thought they were called? Arms? The dinosaur-looking ones?
I'm trying to remember the term I had for it. I think it was like an arm truck or something like that.
Okay.
And yeah, it just... scooper. That's what we called it.
Arm truck could also be a cherry picker, I guess.
Yeah, but then once you get into cherry pickers, then you're... Oh my god. Yeah. So an excavator is what it's called. Okay.
Stack Attacka. Yeah. And Blacephalon.
Bacephalon.
I'm not 100% certain, but I know Stack Attacka.
Stack Attacka. Straight up looks.
Oh, one of our dogs is asleep and he's having like dreams. That's the noises you're hearing.
So yeah, it looks like a guardian from Legend of Zelda.
It does. I think they're both based off of the same yokai, like the same myth about like but I'm not 100% sure. I think it's based off of one where like there's a living wall, like a wall gains sentience and it stops your forward path. I could be wrong.
Again, how do you get there?
I don't know.
How do you mentally get to that point? That's so weird.
Blacephalon's wacky because it's based off of Pennywise.
Yes, it does have that clown appearance with its colors and
And it blows up.
abstract thoughts.
Its head is actually a a firework. And it's fire
Lol.
type. Yeah. I think it's cool.
That's fire type. It doesn't look like it.
Yeah. You would never guess.
That's weird. They will, as of now, they will never come back to Megas, and Megas will not be reincorporated back into the game.
You mean Ultra Beasts?
God, I keep saying Megas.
I know, it's because Megas live so strong in your heart.
That's why I made this. It's just, I wanted to talk about Megas, but I waited way too long, and now there's so many other damn things to talk
We
about.
got all this other stuff to catch up on.
Yes.
Ultra Beasts are weird. I appreciate them for going ham with the weird.
Yes.
But yeah, like they're fascinating. I wish I could understand them better.
Mm-hmm. Meowth. Oh, God, sorry. Galarian. Gen 8.
Yes.
Sword and Shield, I think, was the great return back to the,
Like this traditional style of Pokemon.
yes, very traditional. And honestly, it looks, and you pointed this out to me, it looks way better.
It's so pretty. There's so many details
Than Scarlet and
everywhere.
Violet.
Oh my god, Scarlet and Violet look like hot ass. The more I sit with Scarlet and Violet, the less I like it, which sucks. The thing that really made me love Sword and Shield was the fact that they did, in fact, bring back regional variances. Because I was
Yes.
worried they would drop it, like how they dropped all the other ones.
They got a little more clever about it.
They did.
But here, Sword and Shield, I think they hit their stride.
Yeah.
I think they really did hit their stride.
They figured it out. It was more smart, like smarter decisions behind their creativity.
Yep.
Good stuff. Also a lot of variants. So
Yeah. My only problem is the gimmick to this game is Dynamaxing and Gigantamaxing.
yeah, which you had forgotten about. I had to remind you of it like right before we started recording, because you were like, there was something I forgot.
I think it had to do with the fact that Dynamaxing is just your Pokemon getting colossal size.
Yeah,
right?
just bigger.
Gigantamaxing is your Pokemon getting colossal size and changing its appearance.
Which is kind of like Mega Evolution, but the way it is, you're limited to specific areas, just gym battles.
Yes.
In order,
You have to be in a special arena to do it.
Yep.
And what was it? The last 3 turns?
Yeah, you have to.
Well, Mega lasts the whole battle if you can survive.
Also, your Pokemon doesn't naturally Gigantamax.
You have to
like
waste
give
a
it,
move.
You have to give it soup or something in order to get it to become its Gigantamax form or whatever.
If you found just a random Pokemon on the side of the road,
Yeah.
which I don't know why you're picking that up.
Well, you couldn't find them in like the glowy portal spots. But yeah, if you just find one along the way,
Yeah.
it won't work.
So, we're going to start with the regional variants before we get into Gigantamaxing.
Yeah.
Meowth.
I'm not super into Meowth, and I like how it evolves into Berserker.
Yes, a new evolution.
Yeah.
Also, I like the fact that it doesn't look like a fucking Meowth.
Yeah.
And it doesn't look like a shitty Meowth from Alola.
It does look-
Again, another reason for me to shit on Gen 7.
It
like,
is.
I don't like Gen 7.
I also love the steel typing.
Yes.
But I'm not into the beard thing. It just looks weird.
It's just shaggy hair.
Especially from certain angles, it looks weird.
Where's Berserker?
Way down there. And
There he is. Yep, brand new guys.
I like how it like its ears become.
He looks like a Viking.
Yeah, it becomes like the Viking horns. It's also crazy scary because when it attacks, the pupils go away. Like its eyes just go fully red because it's just in a rage.
Oh, that would make sense. Because it's a Berserker.
It's cool.
Okay. Ponyta and Rapidash.
Hey.
Again, a better change
Yeah.
than Alola.
Yes, that's smart. Especially leaning into because unicorns kind of originate in Britain, and that's what this generation's based on.
Yes.
I feel like they missed the opportunity to make Rapidash an alicorn, give it Pegasus wings, really go full ham with the cutesy fairy stuff. But
They still didn't give it wings.
it is very pretty and cool.
I like that instead of fire or ice, it becomes psychic. And then Rapidash is psychic fairy.
Yes.
Again, a fairy type. Very strong in its own field
Very smart.
for being a second evolution. Very well done.
Yeah.
Slowpoke and Slowbro and Slowking.
Yeah. I'm not too into these ones. I don't think they're creative enough. Slowpoke keeps getting shafted in these.
I don't know what to say about it. Other than that dumb episode we
That,
watched?
that one episode where Ash got possessed by a Slow King, by Slow King's shelter, and Go got possessed by a Galarian Slow King's shelter, and they had a music battle.
Yo, yo, yo.
Hey, hey, hey. That was a lot of it.
Yeah.
It was
cheesy.
fun, wacky.
Yeah, you realize you're watching a cartoon.
It's like, oh, okay.
It landed us right back there.
Yep.
Far-fetched.
Great.
With his little leak.
Fantastic, reincarnation of Farfetch, which was
Yes.
such a dumb, lame Pokemon.
Instead of being normal, he is fighting.
Yeah.
Despite the fact he has wings.
Yes. Those wings are made for punching.
And then he got a new evolution,
Yeah.
Surfetch.
Which is so... Oh, and the leak becomes a lance,
Mhm.
and it's so smart.
And the other leak becomes a shield.
It's really...
He's got a sword and shield.
It's
Did
so...
you guys get it?
Did you get it?
Did you get
Guys, did you get it? It's really smart. I love it. It's a fantastic, breathing new life into this Pokemon that was such a loser Pokemon. A Pokemon I never gave a fuck about.
it? Yeah, me either. I would just get it to fill out the Pokédex.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, wheezing.
Yeah, not coughing, just wheezing.
Yeah, coughing is the same. Wheezing just changes to black and green and emits smoke. It has to do with the Industrial Revolution.
Yeah, and I like the in-universe thing that it actually purifies the air, and the smoke that's coming out of its chimney stacks is like purified air, because it's eating the polluted air.
Yeah, I wish we could create something like that.
Yeah, well. I think it's fine, it's cute. I like the top hat chimney stack.
Yeah, I do. I like this design as for ability to use it in battle.
It's so weak.
Yeah, I
which
don't
is-
bother.
Sucks, because I do like the design, it's just not feasible in battle.
Also in the game, you find them very early on.
Yeah.
Just wheezings.
It's just weird.
And they're in the forest.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Mime.
Yeah, they made a creepy Pokemon creepier. I didn't know they could do that. What's scarier than a mime? A vaudeville actor, apparently.
Yeah. They made him ice type, they made him blue. Mime Jr. stays the same.
Yeah.
I don't know logic here. I guess we threw that away a while ago. But now he's a blue guy, and he just seems to, tap dance?
He tap dances, and then he evolves into Mr. Rhyme, which is like 7 levels of horror because the face on its stomach is also a face.
Actually, its real face is its stomach.
Oh, I hate that. Oh.
It's miming its own face.
No, it's so creepy.
If you guys didn't know, if you look at Mr. Rhyme, and you'll see him, his stomach is actually what it is.
And the face on the top is like just this facade.
Yeah.
It's like an anglerfish. God, that's so fucking scary. I hate it. It creeps me out.
Personally, I hate mimes.
Uh-huh.
Realistically, I fucking hate mimes. I
They're,
don't like them. I think they're assholes.
they are weird.
Now, okay. Legendary birds, the original trio. Articuno, Zapdos, and Moltres.
Amazing.
I love what they did here.
Every one of them is smart.
They keep their flying type as a second part, and
Yeah.
then they become psychic, fighting, dark. They can all keep battling each other.
Mm-hmm.
They still have that cool union kind of thing.
Yep. I like how they went with like a Roadrunner deal. Zapdos is the biggest glow up in my opinion. Because
Yeah,
Zapdos
it's a
original
fighting.
is so kind of lame.
Mhm.
And this Zapdos is way cooler.
Well, I'm going to tell you right now, Zapdos is my favorite,
Mhm.
and I take great offense.
I'm
And
sorry.
Again, we're holding casting calls for a brand new co-host here.
The others are cool.
I think Moltres looks way better.
The black, it's so Shadow the Hedgehog, but I'm such a sucker for it.
Mhm. And Articuno looks kind of like
Articuno's
preppy.
already like fantastic, so this was an easy way to just make it equally as fantastic.
Yes, and they're shiny forms.
Oof.
Oh,
So, because they become the colors of the originals. Oh, it's so smart. I love it when they do
if
that.
I wasn't recording this podcast, I'd be touching myself. It's a joke. But no, they look fantastic, and I love the nods to the originals.
Hell yeah.
Corsola.
What a fascinating decision, and so sad.
It's fucking depressing.
It's the saddest thing. It's a dead coral reef. because that's what happens when they die. They go bleach white.
It's a new issue we're dealing with in this world today.
Yeah.
Is that the coral reef is dying.
Yeah.
Even though it's made of dead parts.
Like, there's still living organisms
within it. That's why it keeps growing.
Mm-hmm.
You have to die in order to become part. It's a weird way of life, this circle of life. And the way we've treated this world, it's not going well.
And even if none of that matters to you, it should. When you look at normal Corsola, pink, big old little smile on its face, precious smiley guy, and then you look at this, haunted, horrors. And then it evolves into Cursula.
Yep.
Oh my god! And it's just its top half fell off, and it's just this ghost.
It really is just kind of a spirit coming out of this broken shell,
which is so sad.
And it becomes not a water type; it's a ghost type.
Yeah, it's heartbreaking. The more you think about it, the more heartbreaking it is.
It's honestly them saying the way we're going. We're not gonna have much left.
Yeah, get your acts together.
Yeah. We already talked about Slow King. Yes. Yeah. Okay. Zigzagoon.
Yeah.
Dark Normal got a new update to be black and white.
I love how it's a nod to Britain's crazy punk phase that they had.
Yep.
And what a fascinating Pokemon to choose to go with it.
I thought it was cool that it evolves into
Linoon.
Linoon.
It's like a line.
And they gave it a third evolution.
Yeah.
Obstagoon.
Which is so dope.
And he's just a punk rocker.
They're all fun. I love the crazy tongue sticking out of their heads.
Mm-hmm.
Again, taking a Pokemon that I didn't really care that much about, and just what a fascinating, fun direction to go with.
They're shinies.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Bright teal with the hard pinks.
Yep. Even more punk. It's that is the coolest fucking shiny you can get.
They're awesome. Fantastic. 10 out of 10.
Yeah, really well done. Mm-hmm. Darukamon.
Darumaka?
Yeah, Darukamon.
Darumaka and Darmanitan. I'm not a fan. I
never cared for him in Gen 5. I've only learned to utilize him in Pokemon Go. Mm-hmm. And even then, there are some big weaknesses to this guy.
Yes.
Depending on which one it wants to be. It went from fire to ice, and then there's a different version where it's ice fire.
When its HP gets low enough, this is for both of them, it becomes its other form. And the original, it became a Zen form.
Yes.
And
where it freezes up like a statue.
And it would be fighting psychic type.
Yep.
In this one, it becomes Frosty the Snowman form, and becomes a snowman. I'm not into it. I think it's goofy looking. It's not as cool as the original.
I don't think so either.
Yeah. Also, fire and ice is a bad combo for a type, for a Pokemon.
What else are you going to hit it with? Water?
I guess. I mean, just throw rocks at it.
Yeah, I think it negates itself, and it's kind of cool that way. But this design, it just looks like a fiery snowman.
Yeah.
So. Yamask. Ground Ghost.
Really cool. Really cool how we've taken, the coffin, Egyptian
Coffin Regus?
Yeah, Coffin idea, and went with, the rune concept.
Of
bringing it into
Britain. More
European.
Stonehenge idea.
Yeah.
And I think it's cool when it becomes...
Runegregious?
Runegregious.
I like how its whole body, it stands and it's a solid piece of rock, but then when its arms and stuff come out, it just it all falls apart into this awesome ghost snake type deal.
Yeah.
Cool stuff.
Really well designed. Stunfisk.
Yeah, I don't like it.
There's nothing I can say other than why.
It was made to be annoying, and congratulations, it's annoying. You did it.
Yeah, you did it. You did it really well.
You nailed it.
Congratulations, guys. Okay, Gigantamax.
Okay, alright. So, alright, what's that? You want to talk about the Kanto starters again? I'm so glad. Here we go.
Let's do it.
I think Venusaur looks like ass.
Yes, with his flower complete. Again, flowers don't do that. And I know they're trying to convey its poison type, but it looks stupid.
And then clearly they blew their load on
it looks
Mega Venusaur, and they didn't know what to do.
It looks like Drizzle.
Yes.
With that stupid emo haircut.
Uh-huh. I'm not into it. I don't like it whatsoever.
Charizard.
It's fine. The fire wings, I think, is more silly than cool. But it's fine.
I don't care. I
Yeah.
really don't care.
Like, the fact that it's the champion's Pokemon, it's like, really? You're the champion and
His
you're
name's Leon.
and you're still using a Kanto starter? You're still doing Charizard?
Blastoise. If 3 cans weren't enough, don't worry. We added many more.
It's fine. It's fine. It looks like a warship, which is what they were going for. But,
It doesn't even face you.
It's only okay. Well, yeah, because his cannon's gotta face the enemy. I'm not into it that much. I think all 3 of them are very weak.
Yes. Butterfree.
There we go. Now, finally getting the love that Beedrill got before.
Yeah, Beedrill became a Mega, like I said in the last episode, but Butterfree now has become full-on Mothra.
Yes, I really love the bright colors to the wings.
Mhm.
Like, they really went ham with it. It's a subtle one, but it's a good one, I'd say.
I think the people over at Pokemon love King of Monsters.
Yes.
They're like, that was a good one. Pikachu, finally getting something
Yeah.
other than a variant.
And it becomes Fatachu.
Yep.
And Chubachu. Pikachu.
Meowth.
Long cat. Like when you pick up a cat and their bodies just become soup, they just kind of like goop down.
Yep.
It's a cute one. It's fine. It was like I'm not like it's fine. It does what it needs to do. There are worse ones.
I mean, that's exactly what they wanted it to be.
Mm-hmm. It just like so Meowth could become it in an episode of the anime, and it was silly.
Yeah. Machamp.
I'm disappointed with this one.
He looks the same. He just got red fist now.
Yeah.
Or orange, I guess.
I love Machamp, and there were so many things you could go with him,
Yep.
and it feels half-assed to me.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It really does. Gengar.
Yeah. So we talked a lot about Gengar in the last one. This one's not as strong. I don't like many of these, if I'm honest.
Yeah, I don't like them either. I try not to. I learned... So I played Sword all the way through.
Yes.
And then 2 years later, I'd get bored, and I played Shield
Yes.
all the way through. And I paid more attention, and I enjoyed it way more the second time around.
Mm-hmm.
But when it came to Gigantamaxing against your opponents,
Mm-hmm.
I learned it doesn't matter if I Gigantamax. I was Gigantamaxing more to just have fun for myself,
Yeah.
which is not actually good gameplay
No.
if you're trying to entertain yourself in a boring game.
True.
And I learned it's just not Gigantamaxing. It doesn't matter. You got 3 shots, and you're not gonna fucking destroy my team.
Yeah.
When I've already been ragdolling you the whole time. That their last option is always to Gigantamax.
Yeah. And
That's-
it's very predictable. It's very
Yep.
boring. And this Gengar is so, like,
So he has a very unique approach for his design.
yeah.
Gengar looks like he's coming out of the ground, and he is. And he's got his mouth wide open. What is he doing?
He's gonna consume everything.
Consume, yes. But what is he mimicking?
I don't know.
A funhouse.
Oh! 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 I never realized! Oh, it's scary!
He wants you to go into his mouth so that he can mess you up.
Yeah, it eats your soul and whatever.
Yeah. And I think that's cool, but
It's hard to top the Mega, is the problem.
yeah, the Mega, and I guess, even when this one, the Gigantamax Gengar goes Mega and it's shiny, he is white also.
Yeah, they did learn.
I like that they are white just because typically when we see characterizations of ghosts or any paranormal thing, an entity, it's
Yeah.
usually black or white.
Yeah, it's a cool little touch.
It is. I did not know this fucking existed. Kingler.
Yeah, it becomes a different kind of crab. It looks tastier to eat. I would eat the fuck out of this Pokemon. Oh my god.
This looks like that Japanese crab.
Oh, the fucking
The
scary,
gigantic
the
one.
scary huge ones. Yeah,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
I can't remember. What is it called?
I don't know. I'm not going to remember.
I watched a video of this guy in a pool, and he sat in the pool, and then the crab came over him, but it was so big it just stands over him.
Yeah, you can find them in Animal Crossing, and like you can pull them out of the ocean, and when you throw them onto land to like display it, they're as big as your character.
Yeah,
That,
they're huge.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, it kind of freaks me out. Apparently, they're very tasty.
Uh,
What I've learned about seafood is the uglier you are, the better you taste.
Hell yeah.
Lapras.
I think this is the one that I actually really like.
This makes sense.
Yes. I like the music note thing flying around it. Nice little touch. I like how its like shell becomes like weaponized in a cool way.
More like organ horns.
Mm-hmm.
It still looks like a Lapras with basically pipes on its back.
I always wanted a Lapras pre-evolution. When I was like 5, I had a dream of a Lapras pre-evolution. And I was always disappointed we never got that.
It's weird that it's not a fossil Pokemon.
Yes, it feels like it should.
Because I know exactly what it's based on.
Yeah, it's a dinosaur. Plesiosaurus?
Yeah, you're right.
Mm-hmm.
But most notable of that is Nessie.
Yeah, Loch Ness Monster. Or Champ from Lake Champlain.
Champ, yep. There are other variants. God, you're giving me all these other garbage eggs ideas that I'm like, oh god, we gotta keep going.
I like Champ. I think he's fun.
Champ is a better story than Nessie.
Because we know Nessie was faked. They've admitted to it.
Yeah.
That or it's just a whale penis.
What's a whale doing in a lake in the middle of the land?
Migrating. I guess.
That's an episode onto its own.
Yeah.
Eevee.
I get, like, it's cute.
Okay, we're done. Snorlax.
Snorlax is the other one I really like.
Snorlax, I love that he's been resting there so long.
Yeah.
That he's got
He literally has, like,
a tree growing out of his belly button and bushes.
It's
Like, he's become the land itself.
It's cute. Smart stuff. Really precious.
Mhm.
Snorlax, they always have cool ideas with Snorlax.
When he wakes up, it's devastating.
Yeah. He shoots Hyper Beam out of his eyes.
I know.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I didn't like that either. Garbodor.
Yeah.
So how did you feel about this Pokemon to begin with in Gen 5?
I already really liked Garbodor.
I remember at one point when I was a kid and Gen 5 came out, I guess I was a young adult, my dad was like, what's next? They're going to make a trash Pokemon? And I was like, well, they did that. They really did that. You can make dumb excuses. What is next? A vanilla ice cone?
Food.
They did that.
Yeah, they did that.
Keychains?
Yeah, they
did that. I'm still waiting for Shoe.
The thing with Mega Garbodor, Oleana has it.
Mhm.
She's the Chairman Rose's like second in command.
Yes.
All of her team is like the hot lady Pokemon, basically, like Salamence, you know.
When the did anyone have that idea?
What do you mean?
The
the lizard with
that
tits.
only evolves when it's a girl.
She has Steenie or Starina or whatever. Yeah, she has all the ones that are shaped like hot women, and then her main Pokemon is Garbodor. And then, like, when you were a little kid, you had a Trubbish. and you kept that Trubbish.
What we learned here is that Pokemon is saying, don't be a whore.
She's a dark Pokemon. She's a dark magical girl.
And deep inside, she is trash. I'm just kidding. That's a weird change to go. Melmetal.
Cool.
Meltan.
Feels like it could be an Ultra Beast, quite frankly.
I think they were designed to almost fight them, but they kind of carved that away and made it an exclusive to Pokemon Go.
I don't know if that was a good idea. I would love to see more. I know it plays a bigger role in the anime.
If you go to its Pokedex entry, it has no region. It's called Unknown.
Yeah.
Which I was like, but you have unnamed.
Yeah. We know where Unknown come from.
Yeah. So I'm really confused.
The ruins of Elf in Johto.
Yeah.
I think Melmetal, it's cool. I do like it. I like how weirdly sleek it is.
Mm-hmm. And he's got that molten metal look going on.
Almost like Mercury.
Yep. Cool Pokemon.
Mm-hmm.
I wish he was Steel Electric, to be honest, instead of just Steel.
Just Mono Steel.
Yep. Okay.
Untapped potential.
Rillaboom.
I love the drums. He gets his whole drum set.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like the other starters' Gigantamaxes. I think Rillaboom's is the smartest with the giant drum set. I think it matches the best.
Yeah, no, I hate all their Gigantamax forms for
Yeah.
the starters.
Yeah.
I love
They're all really good
Sobble?
starters. Yeah.
Groku,
Grookey.
Groki,
Uh-huh.
who came out at the same time as Groku, by the way. Just want to say that when Pokemon came out, like a little bit later, Mandalorian Season 1 came out.
Yeah.
And then
Score Bunny.
Score Bunny.
Yep.
They're all cute and adorable. Go has them all.
Their evolutions are cool, you know.
They're very unique and different from each other. And they're all performers,
yes,
which is a theme they keep into Gen 9.
which is very fun. I like that a lot.
But they're way cooler than Gen 9. It makes sense until Leon can snipe you.
But
And-
Inteleon's really long tail, I think it's just silly. It just feels silly.
Yeah, it looks stupid that he's sitting on top of it
Yeah.
in like a tower
I don't
so
know-
that he can snipe you, which makes sense. Snipers shoot from...
I don't know why they felt afraid to change the actual proportions of the starters. They give them like really big accessories.
When the game first came out, they did not release these.
Yeah.
This was an afterthought.
And you can tell they look like afterthoughts.
Cinderace.
It just gets a really big ball with like a bunny face on it
Yeah.
to kick. Yeah.
It's the same thing.
Yeah.
Corviknight.
Yeah.
I never cared. Initially, when I saw Corviknight, I was like,
I
yes.
think it's cool.
It's a cool idea.
Yeah.
Does not work.
No.
No functionality. In fact, the only thing it does for you is fly you around.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's all it does.
That's why they did that.
Yep. Orbeetle.
Orbital, I think, is actually very fun because it's based off of spaceships, like alien spaceships.
Oh, yeah, it
And
is.
so becoming mega, it finally like it gets the like tractor beam and everything.
Yeah, I forgot that. Yeah, there's a lot of... You're right. A lot of alien kind of ideas here. They're really fascinated with extraterrestrials.
Yeah, they're fun. They make for very good Pokemon designs.
Dreadnought.
I feel like they could have leaned into the ship more, into the Dreadnought that it's named after.
Yes.
And instead they just went with Turtle but Stand. And I'm like, it could be better.
Colosso.
I hate Coalossal. I think it's one of my other least favorite Pokemon.
So being rock fire type,
Uh-huh.
I was like, okay, this is cool. Let's go with this. And again, practicability, 0.
I think it's so
You get hit by water, you're done.
it's so dumb and it's so ugly. I don't like it.
I hate that it doesn't walk around, it rolls around.
Yeah, the Minecart middle evolution is the thing that fucking kills me.
Yes,
It's
it
so
kills me too.
dumb.
And then when it becomes this Godzilla type thing, it's like, I'm already over it because of how bad the last two were. Finapple and Appleton.
I think it's lazy that they both have the same mega.
Where did we see this before?
Latios
Latios and Latios and
Yep.
Megas. It's dumb.
Especially because
When-
Flapple and Appleton look so different from each other.
I love how different they actually look.
And I really love them.
I love that one curls up and looks like an apple.
Flapple.
Flapple.
Yep.
And then Appleton just looks like a weird lazy dragon with
Like
an apple pie on its back.
And it's so smart. Oh my god. The
Because-
wordplay of worm, because worm, if WYRM is a type of dragon,
Yeah.
and it's an apple worm. Oh my god. That's so smart.
It's a really cool idea.
And so these are very lazy and boring in my opinion. They don't
They
even
are.
lean into the dragon theme good enough.
No, it just looks like it's coming out of an apple that's oozing.
Yeah.
Its eyes look cartoonish.
Yeah, because they're supposed to be apple slices. Like, I don't know. It's lazy.
Yeah.
It removes both features of both of them that made them charming.
But even worse, Sandacobra. I could not get past Silly State.
I think it looks really dumb.
I was like, why would a snake be congested right there in the face?
And I get the idea it's a sandstorm. That's
Yes.
the idea. I think it's goofy. I don't like them.
Yeah, I don't like their design. Toxicity.
That's another one where its base and amp forms get the same Gigantamax.
Yep.
I understand it more. I wish they leaned into the music theme more rather than the like satellite theme. Like it's like a very large radio wave to get.
Well, that kind of makes sense because it's broadcasting.
It does. I don't know. I felt like we could have done a lot more. I really like Toxtricity a lot. So
being electric poison and depending on its nature.
Yeah, that's how you get your amp versus base forms.
That's really cool. Scorch.
The goat. The best of the best.
I love this Pokemon.
Yeah.
I am... Weirdly, deep down inside, it's not really just dragons.
Yeah.
It's bugs.
You like bugs too.
I love my bug Pokemon. I don't utilize them too much, but they are often... There is a bug Pokemon on my team.
You would be a bug trainer if you could.
I think they're fascinating. I mean, they're this world's creation before we had weaponized anything.
Yeah.
Of actual battles.
They were the weapons.
Beetles are tanks. Dragonflies are helicopters.
Yeah.
Ants are soldiers.
Yeah.
I mean, we have looked at insects and studied them and went, we need to be more like that. That's a weird idea for a human, but that is the way we go.
Yeah, Scorch. I love
Scorch
how it becomes
a motherfucking fire.
It becomes the radiator.
Yep.
Oh, that's so good. It's so good.
A fire bug type being the second part is more unique than you think. Very rare to find.
And it's tough. It is a tough fight.
Yes.
Which you wouldn't think, but it is.
You can throw a lot of stuff at it, but it's still gonna hurt you.
What's his name? Kofu? The gym leader who has... The fire type gym leader who has Scorch. That is the hardest fight in that game.
And that's his... Well...
One of the hardest. Especially early on.
The fairy girl just destroyed me. Again,
Opal.
And I had no...
Opal is hard.
I had no... like dragons on my team. I was not prepared for the fairy.
She still destroyed you.
Was she shield?
No, she's in both of them.
Okay. Yeah, I struggled. And these next three Pokemon are all pretty much what she and Beedee.
Beed, yeah. Beed. I've seen it both ways. I've heard it both ways.
Okay. They utilize these Pokemon. Hatterene.
I think it's too subtle.
Too similar to its actual last evolution.
Yeah, it's a good evolution. I like it.
Grimmsnarl.
Grimmsnarl, I think, is fantastic because it's a reference to Evangelion, which is cute.
And Alcremie.
I do like that it becomes a cake.
Yes.
Also, the name Alcremie is the smartest because it's alchemy and creme, like creme.
Yep.
Smart stuff. Cute, smart. I love it.
Copperjaw.
Copperaja.
Copperaja.
I think it could have been more refined.
Again, it's just a giant excavator.
Its trunk got bigger, and I think we could have played with the elephant idea more.
Yes. Duraludon?
Yeah, it's the one.
A skyscraper.
It's the one. It's the famous one. The shard. It's the Shard in Britain.
It's sharded?
No. that's one of the famous buildings in Britain, the Shard. It's based to look like that. Have you ever seen the Shard? It looks like that. It's a cute reference.
Usually when I see the skyline of London, I see Big Ben.
Well, it's not...
And I see that dumb carousel.
Yeah.
Not a carousel, it's a...
Yeah, it's a No,
No, carousels are vertical. Horizontal to the earth. This is vertical.
What are those called?
It's a skylift thingy.
Yeah, you know what we're talking about. Ferris wheel.
Yes, a giant Ferris wheel.
The Shard's over there too.
Okay, I'm sure it's in the background.
It's a very cute reference.
And Urshifu?
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 Yeah, both of them.
Just look like themselves, just maxed out.
Yeah, I do like that the two different ones got different, like, unlike how Flapple and Appleton got. Mm-hmm. So, nice touch, but yeah, they're just bigger versions of their original forms.
Again, they're afterthoughts.
Yes.
You can only get them in the DLC, and you only get one.
Yeah.
And they don't breed, which is lovely.
So if you want it, you have to go through the whole thing again.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of that idea.
Like, neat DLC, but no. Now,
Legends of Arceus.
which I was so glad that they introduced variant forms for this one. Because I was like, oh, because it's in the past, they're not going to do it. And then they did. I was like, yeah.
This game, again, subverts all expectations.
It does.
Just like Ultra Beast, but in a more traditional sense of Pokemon.
Yeah, they wanted to do something very different, and they did it very effectively.
I think if you were to take this game and then add in all the compatibility of Legend of Zelda, which it was obviously trying to imitate, you could have potentially the greatest Pokemon game ever.
You could. I think this is definitely going to be when there is going to be a point in the future where we realize this was a stepping stone that led us to the best of the best for Pokemon.
This was a stepping stone towards Gen 9.
Yes.
And Gen 9 takes some liberties in Scarlet and Violet.
It does.
It takes some liberties in Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom.
Yeah, I think the thing that holds Gen 9 back so much for me is it's ugly.
I did turn it on the other day and I was just like, this looks like shit.
It is hot garbage.
And I just beat, God, what was that? 13 hours of Breath of the Wild. I did all of the shrines.
You've been doing Breath of the Wild. You were going through Legends Arceus as well.
Yep. I'm still going through Legends of Arceus. I'm really saving it for football season. Just because, for me, I'm a collector.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to build a living Pokedex.
Good luck.
I've been doing it since Gen 5.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm doing pretty good. Again, I'm a hardcore Pokemon fanatic. I just don't show it. But if you ask me about Pokemon, I'll light up.
Yeah.
And I'll be like, which one's yours?
Let's talk.
This game, Legends of Arceus, is so much fun.
Yes.
It, again, like I said, I think in the last episode, it is the hardest Pokemon game.
It is tough.
It ramps up really quick on you, and you're like, am I supposed to grind? What am I supposed to do? And you gotta learn about Pokemon, catch them, train them, also beat them.
Yeah.
Because you have to build your own Pokédex.
Yeah.
You don't just like, I caught this one and there it is.
Yeah, I have all the info now.
You don't have any of that. You have to...
You're the one who makes the Pokédex.
Yes. So...
yeah, let's dive into some of the...
Now, Scyther. Scyther is the coolest bug Pokemon I've ever seen in my life.
It's up there.
Of all bug things in the world, it is the coolest imaginary one. I love that it flies.
Yes.
I love that its hands are sickles.
Yeah, dope.
Or scythes, I guess. And it's just all out aggressive. And they're very rare to find.
Yeah.
Gen 2, Johto, if you give him a metal coat and you trade him, he becomes Scizor.
Yeah.
Scizor is a really strong Pokemon, especially with that.
Strong.
You trade out flying for steel.
Yeah.
And now with steel, just like Lucario, these two, I put them together in my mind because I think with steel you have what?
You're just so excited. It's adorable.
I love them. Is that you now have steel, which is stronger than ground and rock.
Yes.
You have a stronger defense. So if you're Lucario, you're fighting, and you have steel background, your defense is strong. Your attack is already off the charts. Lucario's attacks have always been off the charts, right?
Yes.
Special attacks especially.
Yeah.
Now, what if we apply that to bugs?
Bugs have
Give it to Scyther.
pretty intense attacks. That's the biggest thing that holds bugs back is how weak they tend to be.
Yes, they are very vulnerable, and they aren't that strong. Butterfree can mess up a Charizard in the correct situation, but a Charizard would annihilate it, given chance.
But throwing in a steel typing suddenly.
Yes, now Scizor has a chance. What if, before it ever had steel, before your Pokeballs were ever made of iron, you came across a Cleaver? I love this Pokemon so much. I named a coffee break episode after it.
You did?
Aren't I Cleaver?
Yeah, that was a really good pun. I do remember that. I don't like Cleaver. Which is such a disappointing way to end off that very passionate little monologue you just had.
I mean, I fucking hate you. Again, open casting calls.
I think its axe arms look silly. And I feel like they could have been cooler
How?
looking.
What?
I don't know.
So he goes from scythes
Uh-huh.
to
They're just like too sticky.
jaws of life, as you described it,
I'm not wrong.
to axes, and you're like, oh, I don't get it.
It's not that I don't get it. I just think it looks goofy.
Because he's
Give
the
him some-
pre-evolution.
Give him some meat on those arms. His arms are too skinny. And the fact that they bend in the middle feel weird.
So, again, that huge love of grass, or not grass, but bug Pokemon.
Mm-hmm.
When I was playing Arceus, and I still am, and I still love them, I went out and found an alpha.
Ooh.
Alpha means more aggressive,
They're bigger.
larger
Yeah.
Pokemon. And I found an alpha Scizor. Mm-hmm. Not Scizor, Scyther, right? And I made him my boy.
And he's a tough boy.
And then I gave him his special little unique trick so that I can get a cleaver. And that cleaver is my prized possession,
Nice.
besides my Typhlosion.
Uh-huh.
I love them. So the
Speaking
starters,
of, let's know when to start.
the Hisuian. Go ahead.
So we'll start with Typhlosion, because that's where you started.
Well, name them all.
I like them all. I think they're all subtle.
I said name them.
Oh, Samurott, Decidueye, and Typhlosion.
It's Oshawott, Rowlet, and Cyndaquil.
Yes. Fascinating choices.
Their first and second evolutions are the same. Across the board. Samurott is Gen 5.
Yep. Decidueye is Gen 7 from Alola.
And Typhlosion is Gen 2.
So they really, picked a random,
But it's cool. It's cool. I like it.
It
I
makes
like it.
sense. It fits the world.
Keep this going.
Yeah.
I like it. Now, their final evolutions,
Uh-huh.
they change.
Yes.
They are not what we think they are. Mm-hmm. Honestly, Samurott, I think he looks stupid.
I didn't like original Samurott. And I think this one is fine. I like this one better.
Yeah, I can understand why. I mean, he's got more color going on.
Yeah, but more dynamic looking.
But for something that's called a samurai,
Yeah.
I'm missing a lot of that.
I hate how it looks nothing like Oshawott or Duat, who look very similar to each other.
Yeah.
And then Samurott's just completely different wackadoo.
You know what I didn't know is Oshawott, that little shell, he could take that off and throw it like a shuriken.
Yeah, that's what he attacks you with. That's why Duat has 2 on his legs. That's what they're attacking you with.
Yeah, I didn't know this is the Naruto Pokemon.
Yeah, it really is.
You would think that Gen 6, what's his name? Froakie?
Oh,
No.
yeah.
Froakie,
Yeah, Froakie.
And his evolution was more the Naruto.
Nah, it's
No,
Oshawott.
it's Oshawott.
Oshawott being a little goober.
Decidueye.
I really like the color change. Like, the red is a nice accent.
Yep.
I like it becomes, what is it, dark type now?
Dark fighting.
Yeah. I think it's cool. I'm into it.
Wait, is it dark? Yeah, it's dark fighting.
His big old beefy legs.
No, grass fighting. That's what it is. And it has a special move. They all have unique moves. I cannot remember Samurott's idea.
No, I don't remember either. It was like Dark Slash or something, whatever.
Yeah. He uses his, because he only has his digital,
Like his feet.
his feet,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So he can actually make a bow and shoot it at you.
Yeah.
And the thing hurts like a motherfucker.
It's a cool, I think it's of the 3, I think it's the coolest looking one.
Yes. Coolest looking? Yes. Mm-hmm. Now, in my game, I chose Typhlosion.
Yeah.
Because Typhlosion becomes Fire Ghost.
Ooh, it's a good combo.
And if you have Ghost,
You have everything.
you have everything.
The purple flames look so nice.
Yes, he's got these droopy ears. He looks kind of sad and down.
Looks a little bit like his soul has left his body.
He looks like he should have belonged in the next gen, or when this came out, it would have been Gen 7. He should have been an Alola Pokemon, hanging out with Marowak.
Yeah.
Right? His move is Inferno Parade.
Which is a cool name.
That is the dopest name I've ever heard.
Yeah.
That if that doesn't evoke some sort of fear in
Just
you,
make you sit there and go, wow, huh, shit. I'm like just thinking about it.
yeah, this Pokemon is kind of on the next level. I love that he's Ghost. Whenever somebody tries to hit me with a normal attack,
Yeah.
like Piss off.
Peasants.
I'm working my way to get him level 100. I'm going to throw him at home, and the moment I have a chance to bring him out into a real game, I will.
Nice. Cool.
Then that is my fire type.
Zorua and Zoroark.
So these guys were introduced in promos.
Yeah. Well, they had several teasers leading up to their reveal.
That was really fun.
It was. I like them.
I was kind of confused, and then all of a sudden it all came out. This Pokemon, these two, are the first to become normal ghost type.
Yeah, what a combo.
And weirdly,
How do you hit that thing?
I don't know.
I don't think it has any weaknesses because
Dark?
Maybe.
No, because normal.
Because normal like resists everything.
Yeah.
Except for fighting, but you can't hit it because it's a ghost.
Yeah. This thing lives in the snow. It lives up in the Alabaster Icelands.
That's not what they're called. No, that is what they're called.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Again, we have open casting calls for.
I think they're really cool. I think it's a cool take on like a sort of like ghost-ish type deal.
Yes.
Really awesome.
It is, and to introduce it, at first when I saw it, I was like, what?
It is very different from regular Zorua and Zoroark.
Yes, and I like that the original ones were mimics.
Yeah. These ones aren't.
They don't.
No, they're just like...
They're very different.
These haunt frozen wastes.
The question I have to ask, and I'm just going to ask this now because it's now on my mind before we finish off this list.
What?
Why do these variants not exist in current day Pokemon?
Maybe they went extinct.
I can understand Cleaver.
Yeah.
But as for the 3 starters and Zoroark, it doesn't make sense.
I don't know. Maybe they are out there. We just don't... Maybe they just migrated? Or maybe they just evolved over time? Like, not Pokemon evolution, like science evolution.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
They need to make more games that actually explain some of these things.
Yeah.
Lilligant. Hisuian Lilligant.
I'm not a fan, if I'm honest. I like
It's a dancer.
I like normal Lilligant a lot.
Yes.
And this one's fine. It's cute.
It's just a dancer.
The ballerina thing is cute. Yeah.
Hisuian Voltorb and Electrode.
So good. So smart. I love it. The wood, adorable. The grass, electric. Yes.
Its typing is the most impressive part. As for its utilization, no.
I think it can work.
I guess. I mean, if you can... You would have to be in a very specific situation to be using this thing.
Yeah, just have it because you like it on your team.
Hisuian Avlug.
It looks, I'm going to be honest, it looks very similar to normal Avalugg. So...
Yeah, I mean, it's just Titan.
Like, if I looked at a glance, I wouldn't realize it was any different.
Bravery.
It's fine. I think the glowy psychic part on his face is kind of weird.
Well, my problem is that you took the American Pokemon and bastardized it.
And made it not America.
And here in America, that's called tyranny.
I like the rest of it. I like
All
the color.
jokes.
Yeah. I like the color palette of the rest of it. It's just the like glowy psychic part.
I thought it was interesting to, weirdly enough, yes, to take the American Pokemon
It was a weird choice.
and then change it up.
Yeah.
Which it took us 5 gens to even get to that point.
True.
If you didn't know, Gen 5, Unova
Yes.
is America.
Woo. Yay.
Which Unova, if translated, means New Utopia.
Cool.
Did you know that?
No, but that sounds cool.
Isn't that kind of weird?
I mean,
Even the Japanese think like, huh, this is kind of a weird place.
that is, I think we would think like that.
Yeah. Siligu and Gudra.
Sliggoo and Gudra.
It's Siligu.
I like the idea of the sideways shell. I think it's cool. The whole shell thing. I think it's cool. I don't like the textures they use in the game for it, though. It always looks very flat, weirdly.
I don't like Gudra. I never liked Gudra to begin with, but the way it's literally just dripping.
It's a weird one. I'm into it.
I was like, you got the goo this time around, but it's gross. Weird Ear.
Weird Ear's fun. I think I never really was into Stantler, and I think it's a much appreciated addition to give it this evolution.
I think it's cool. It's obviously the Christmas Pokemon. Step aside, Iron Bundle.
Delibird, literally the Santa Pokemon, is like, but.
I don't acknowledge that existence. I only know Iron Bundle.
Yes.
It's its paradox form. Weirdeer, it's so cool. I thought it would come to go so much sooner. I remember I said this this last winter, I was like, it's going to be Weirdeer.
It's amazing that we still, whatever, Pokemon Go does not know what they're doing.
They really don't. Hisuian, Sneasel, and Sneasler.
I actually hate them.
Yes.
I think they're too humanoid in like a weird way.
I don't like this image of Sneasler.
What, because it looks too humanoid?
Yes. Because when I got it in Go and I got a really good look at it, it has 3 claws, which are it's designed to climb mountains.
Yeah.
It's a fighting poison type Pokemon instead of a ice dark Pokemon.
Very different from the original.
And almost the two, Weevil and Sneasler, would negate each other.
Yes. I just hate it. I think it's too weird. It's too close to human.
Makes sense. Basculegion.
I think it's cool. The name alone is cool, but the idea that it's like a legion of dead fish.
Which they had that idea in Gen 7, the school of fish.
Yeah, Wishy-Washy.
Wishy-Washy, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, how I feel about that game. And Hisuian Quillfish and Overquill.
Overquill, great name. Get it?
Overkill.
It's also, what is it called? Man of Wars? No.
Man o' War?
What is it?
Man of War ships?
No, those like those bomb things that just sit in the water and explode when your ships hit them.
They're just called mines.
Are they?
Yeah.
I thought there was a name for them.
Oh, I bet there is.
Yeah. Anyway, that's what Overquill is, and I think it's smart. It's a cool design.
Oh.
This is like Obama snow all over again.
Oh. Wow. Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, Ursaluna.
It's unnecessary.
I think it's cool.
I think the
I
lopsided...
like that it can only grow in the full moon.
That is cool. It does complete the moon vibe that we had.
Yep.
I think its lopsided mud eyebrows is the biggest turnoff for me.
It's steel type. It's grounded steel.
Yeah.
It's also massive, so, I mean, it's just a beefed up version of...
Ursaring?
Ursaring.
Yeah.
Yes.
Is there a reason we skipped one?
Yes.
Okay.
Because it's the coolest form of all time.
It's really good.
It's Hisuian, Growlithe, and RK9. The legendary Pokemon, RK9.
Yes. Yes.
Not a legendary, but the legendary Pokemon, RK9.
Yes. Not only is the designs, like, amazing, like, cute and cool, but then, like, they're based off of foo dogs.
Mm-hmm.
It's just smart.
And those dogs are the ones that, if you go to a Chinese area, here we have a place called, I don't agree with it, but they call it the Asian District.
Yeah.
When we go into that one shopping center, right, you see them.
Yeah.
They sit there and they usually have their paw up on a ball.
They're like a form of protection.
Yes.
And it's cool. And this is a cool way of doing it. Arcanine was a great choice for it as well.
I like how this Hisuian Arcanine looks way more aggressive.
Yes.
Than an Arcanine.
I like normal Arcanine better, just because I like the fluffier coat.
Yeah, but I like that black and red.
Yeah, it does look pretty like it will kill you.
Yes, it's there to defend. Mm-hmm. And it watches over the shores in case any threats come.
Yeah, it's cool.
It's a really awesome idea to bring into Pokemon.
Is that all of them?
That's the Hisuian.
Ooh.
Here we go. Gen 9.
Yes. The most recent generation.
It is. And this one's all over the place. One of my problems with it was I don't know what to say because regional variances kind of got thrown out.
But
yet maintained?
Yeah.
Well, you look at Palmy.
Yeah.
Palmy is now this new mascot that they're going to build for Pokemon. It's no longer going to be Pikachu.
I mean, Pikachu's still gonna be there.
They can't get rid of Pikachu because it's been way too long, but they wanted to, you can tell, and this is supposed to be Palmy, who has 3 evolutions, and
They all look very similar to each other.
they do. Palmo and Palmot. It's an electric fighting type. Great Pokemon to have on your
Really
team.
strong Pokemon.
I really love them. What's next?
Yeah. Are we looking for regional variances?
Yeah.
Oh, Toad. Wait, go back up. Toad's cool. And Toad's cruel. That's the first one, I think.
They're not there. Okay.
You pass them. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. There we go.
Oh,
Toad's cool and Toad's cruel.
yes. Which are Tentacruel and
Cruel.
Tentacool and Tentacruel.
Yes.
But now they're land variances.
And they're goofy.
I hate when they run.
They're weird.
They actually run like they're running as humans.
Toad's cruel. When it runs, it jumps and it makes boing noises like a cartoon.
Yeah.
They just boing.
It's kind of creepy.
I think they're weird. I'm not into them that much. I think a lot of this Pokedex is very good. Oh, Wugtrio and Wiglet. Past them.
What are you talking about?
What do you mean? You're not paying attention, man.
Oh, I'm not seeing them. Wiglet is a variation of Diglett.
Yes, but it's
But water.
not Diglett. It's not Diglett,
No.
but it's Wiglet.
So they did a more creative idea with this generation, which was to create new Pokemon based on old Pokemon, but not name them after them.
Yeah, it's kind of like how
They're almost original. It's how life would actually work.
how Meowth in Alola or in Sword and Shield evolves into Berserker, and it's not called Galarian Persian, even though it looks nothing like Persian.
Yes.
It's like that, where it's similar enough, but it's still a different thing,
Yes.
and it has a different name.
Wig Trio? I got a problem with it.
Yeah.
It's pink. It looks like little
Yep.
pink phallic things coming out of a rock.
I don't think any of it was a very good choice. Also, we've done Diglett so many times.
Weird thing just to bring up here. Cyclizar?
Yeah.
Dragon Normal? They usually are running around in the world with you. Their future and past
Yeah.
are the mascots of the game.
Yes.
But when you see a Cyclizar, it's just a normal dragon.
Just a little guy.
There's nothing really to write about.
Yeah.
No,
I think it would be cool if you got the choice to ride a Cyclizar, like how you ride around on Miraidon.
That would've
or
been cool.
Koraidon. Yeah. Ooh,
Annihilate.
what a good Pokemon.
Annihilate is probably my second one.
Gets so angry he died, and then came back through rage.
Well, they made a special move for it.
Yeah.
Shadow Punch. No.
No. What? It has a cool name. I don't remember what it is though. Like Death.
Why didn't they give it Shadow Punch?
I think you can learn Shadow Punch.
Obviously, it's Ghost type.
But it's a great. What a cool evolution.
Rage Fist.
Rage Fist.
And yeah, so it's so angry, it exhausts itself to death.
Yeah.
And then it evolves into Annihilate.
It's smart. It's a fun evolution. Sad. Yeah, it is sad, but it's fun. It's clever.
Cogsire, which evolves from
Woopa.
Wooper.
It's a big ol' mudfish.
Yep, that's all it is.
I like original Quagsire better, personally.
I think they're useless.
Yeah.
For Regraph,
Yeah.
I don't like this one either.
I think it's an interesting evolution.
It looks
for-
like it's wearing a costume of itself.
Yes, which I think is the point. Girafarig was weird to begin with. I just like having more of a giraffe. You know, we have no giraffe Pokemon, and so it's a nice.
Yeah. Dunsparce.
Yeah.
You can have the 2-segment form or the 3-segment form. That's
Dunsparce.
Yeah. Each segment gives it an Dunsparce.
Dunsparce.
Yeah.
So, man, people dreamed about Dunsparce evolutions. They had so many cool, crazy dragon ideas, and then Nintendo looked at them and said, "Sure,
Denied.
we'll give you a Dunsparce evolution."
King Gambit. King Gambit.
King Gambit. I think it's awesome. Finally, completing, because it's Pawniard,
Yep.
and then Bisharp,
Yep. A bishop.
and the King. It's their chess pieces.
I like that it just sits there,
Yeah.
waiting for you.
It's sitting on, like, its own shell, I think, too.
No, it has a little rock it carries around.
Oh, that's cool. Fun.
Again, another samurai Pokemon.
Great design. Awesome.
Yep.
Yeah.
Very powerful. This is my favorite redesign or introduction to another evolution.
Yeah.
Looking at Farigiraf, Cogsire.
It definitely feels like
And
King
Dunsparce.
Gambit could have been around the entire time.
Yes.
Yeah.
They just needed a reason to bring it around.
Yeah.
So, the game gives us this opportunity, this part of the story,
Yeah.
that we are introduced. If you're playing Scarlet,
Yep.
you go to the past.
Yeah.
If you're playing Violet, you go to the future.
Yep.
And you meet different Pokemon in Area Zero.
The Paradox Pokemon.
These are the Paradoxy Pokemon. What?
I think they're fun.
They are fun. I prefer Violet.
I prefer Scarlet. I think
And-
we lucked out.
Yes, because those are the versions that we played
Yeah.
on our own.
Yeah.
I have no intention to play your version. I don't give a shit.
Do not want to play yours. Every time I see Miraidon, I'm like, ew, I don't like it. Like when you're riding around on it,
I love him.
but Koraidon's better.
Every time I hit my booster and he shoots out his jets, I'm like,
Yes.
boom, 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 boom.
It's goofy. I don't
And then
like it.
I do like a side turn. I'm like, boom, 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 boom. Anyways, so Paradox Pokemon,
Yeah.
the past.
Yes. Great Tusk, which is Donphan
Yep.
from the past. I love the big ol' like mammoth style tusks going on.
Yep.
I think it's cool.
It's very. This one got two different versions. There's also Iron Treads, which is the futuristic robotic version of it.
Yeah.
And Iron Treads looks stupid compared to Great Tusk. Great Tusk would be more of a natural
Yes.
idea.
Iron Treads. I wish if they were gonna go this route, I wish they committed and made the tusk like a full tread around it.
Damn, that's a good idea.
Yeah. Also give it cooler tusks and stuff.
Yeah. No, it really looks. When I was fighting it in the Titan form, if you look at it, it's like Tusk is part of its back, and it covers its face.
It's of the Violet Paradox Pokemon, I think it is the weakest.
Okay, I'll show you the weakest. Screaming Tail, which is Jigglypuff.
I think it's so good. It's weird, like long hair lock thing. It's sharp teeth, yellow eyes. It's just enough to change Jigglypuff to make it really interesting.
Yep. Brute Bonnet.
Yeah, it's interesting to go with Amoonguss. And a unique take. No one was asking for Amoonguss.
No one was.
But it's cool.
Fluttermane.
Which is Mischievous. I think it's really neat. I like the bigness of it. The one red spike on the side is weird though.
It's also weird that it's Ghost Fairy.
Yes, because neither Mischievous or Mismagius is Ghost Fairy.
They're usually just ghosts, right?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. And Slitherwing.
Which is Volcarona.
Yep.
Which
but
I-
doesn't evolve.
I love its like weird larva body. It's so fluffy and cute. I love it. Totally into it.
It's interesting that its wings went like folded up and it walks
Yeah.
instead of floating.
Yes. Fascinating. I love it. Also, way to bring back Volcarona.
Yeah. Sandy Shocks.
Sandy Shocks is my favorite, personally.
Okay. Well,
It's-
you're wrong.
It's weird, like long legs. It's weird. I love it.
And then Roaring Moon.
Roaring Moon is. So we mentioned Salamence earlier. Roaring Moon is.
Is the opposite.
Oh.
It's the the correct way to go about it. And it becomes dragon dark instead of dragon flying.
Yeah, having the wings be more feather-like.
Yep.
Such a nice detail.
And when it lands, it still has its wings out, like in attack position. It looks natural.
Yeah.
It fights well.
I think it's really cool. And then we recently got Walking Wake.
Yep.
Which is very different.
Which I also named another Coffee Break episode after.
Yeah.
Space Daddy's Walking Wake.
It's Suicune. And it's a very different Suicune.
I love its design. I was like, why did you leave this out to begin with?
Yeah, the raptor type.
It looks like a velociraptor. It still has its crescent on its head.
Yeah.
And it has, I think, 2 tails?
Yeah, because it has those 2 ribbon type things when it's Suicune. It's smart. It really is cool.
It's so awesome.
Now, yours. The
So we here at Violet like to keep things simple by giving them titles that I easily identify as Paradox Pokemon. And it all begins with Iron.
I think that's kind of boring, actually.
Iron Treads, we just went over that. Iron Bundle, Delibird.
It's
ugly.
a fascinating decision to go with Delibird.
Yes, it was a very interesting choice. Iron Hands. What is that guy? He's a fighting type from Gen 3.
Hariyama.
Hariyama,
I like how its hands are floating.
Yes.
That is cool.
Iron Jungus.
Yeah. Jugulus.
Jugulus.
Because that's the throat.
Yep.
Because it's high. Because
It's a Hydreigon.
Yeah.
3-headed dragon. Dark Flying. They took away the dragon part of it. Iron Moth, which is Volcarona, but even cooler because this one's got this very Star Fox final boss look where its wings aren't attached to it and they shoot out. Have you ever seen an attack?
Yeah.
They dispatch and then they can like circulate around it.
I do think when you're looking at the still images of the iron ones, the violet ones, they look lamer. When you see them actually in motion, the things they move around and do look way cooler.
Yes. That's why Violet's better than your shit game.
Nope.
Anyways.
You're wrong.
Iron Thorns. Tyranitar. So, remember in the last episode we talked about its Mega and how shitty it looked? They fixed it. But the thing is, he still looks like Tyranitar.
Well, it's because you can't fix perfection. Tyranitar is perfect how it is.
I'm not a big fan of it. Never cared for it.
What?
Yeah, I remember when I ran into my first Iron Horns, it was because there was like a shadow, because the sun was on a rock, and I kind of glimpsed at it, and I turned, and I was like, wait, what? And then I came back and I looked at it, and I was like, oh it's just an Iron Horn standing there staring at me.
That's a Pokemon. Oh,
It didn't come out to attack me, I had to go approach it.
Nice.
And then Iron Valiant.
Yes.
Iron Valiant is the most accepting Pokemon I've ever seen.
It's both Gardevoir and
Gallade.
Gallade. And it takes things from both of them in its design.
Yep.
I think it's cool. I think it's dope.
It is a weapon of mass destruction, and it will kill you very quickly. It's very fighting, which I love.
Which has dropped the Psychic that both Gallade and Gardevoir had, and it's just the 2, like, side elements that it was.
Basically, it just dropped the Psychic. But it also carries around a staff, a bladed staff, that it fights you with. It's very cool. It really, the designs incorporate both of the Pokemon together.
Elegant, powerful. Definitely one of the biggest highlights.
And then what everybody was waiting for, the opposition to Waking Walk,
Waking Walk.
was Iron Leaves.
Yeah.
Virizion.
Yeah.
From Gen 5.
Yeah. Everyone's favorite.
Oh my god. Iron Leaves.
Question
Did you
mark?
know what type it was? It was grass.
It looks too much. It's just Virizion. Like they barely changed anything.
Yeah, it's just imagine Virizion was a Zoid.
Yeah.
There you go.
It's just that.
That's it.
So, bit of a low point to end the garbage eggs with.
Yeah, I know, but
But
we did
we
it.
did it. We
did
talked
it.
about all of the variants and weird things.
Damn, you guys got over 2 hours of content there.
Man, you guys better be happy. You better thank us in the comments and tell us how much you appreciate this and tell us what your favorite Pokemon variant is. Like and comment and subscribe.
Don't feel hassled into that. I don't like to do that. Again, we're holding open auditions for a new co-host.
You can't get rid of me.
Yeah, no, you always linger around.
That's what I do.
I hope you guys enjoyed this.
I had a lot of fun.
I did too.
I thought it was great.
I wanted to do this. This was one of those ideas that I had way back
Years
during
ago.
those dark ages, you know, before the world changed again.
Uh-huh.
And now to finally have done this is really awesome and endearing.
Yeah.
I know that there's more Pokemon on the way. We got 2 pieces of DLC for Scarlet and Violet.
Yep. They'll introduce more things. There's gonna be a Gen 10 sooner or later. So
We got a new Pokemon show. What is it called?
Don't remember.
I don't either. That's weird.
I know what it looks like. If I heard it, I
I'm
would
sure
recognize it.
with this new show we will also get new movies because the movies have stopped,
Yeah.
which I thought was weird.
They probably were predicting this. Like they would be getting the new trainers.
Yeah, it's time to push out the old and bring in the new.
Damn. It's gonna be crazy.
Where we're going next with Pokemon? I know you said China.
I would love it because the legendaries.
I would personally love to go to Japan.
Man, Japan. I think China has such fascinating like lore and myths to play with for Pokemon designs.
Yes, and actually for a bonus round, let's do it really quick. Wu Chen.
Woo! It's a snail-looking one. I love.
So cool.
I love how its eyes are like just like these leaves hidden within the stalks on its head.
Have you seen its shell?
Yeah.
It's hollow.
It's so weird.
It's
and
so cool.
oh man.
Chen Pao.
Which we were talking about this like a week ago.
Snow leopard. Yeah, you pointed out this is horrific, and I was like, ugh, I don't like that.
They're not tusks. It's like these swords that are actually driven into it. Like you can see the tops of the hilts sticking out the top of its face.
Yeah, those aren't eyes or eyebrows, or what do you call that?
Like a mustache or something.
Yeah, that's literally just the tip of the sword.
That's
Broken
crazy.
off.
I love how sleek it is.
It is. Ting Lu.
I think this one's maybe my least favorite of the 4, but still cool.
I was learning about it. It had to do with the head. The bowl itself is like you put an offering in it, and it's supposed to be like earth, like
Nice.
giving to earth.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? It's like a worshipping, and that's why it's actually dark ground.
It feels like a Shadow of the Colossus
Yes.
monster.
Well, they were probably inspired by the same thing.
Probably.
And Chi Yu.
This one's it's so cute. It's a tiny fish, but it's not water type. It's fire.
Yep.
I love that.
Its eyes are shaped like horns.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
when it gets angry and it's ready to attack, they flare up.
Oh, that's cute.
I used this one to beat the Elite Four because I was like, I have no fire type.
It's a good one to go with.
So, I hope you guys enjoyed that.
Yeah.
It was a long one.
Fun stuff. Yeah. Let us know in the comments what your thoughts were.
Yep. Enjoy it. Keep checking out Coffee Break. Check out
All of them, Power On, stuff like that.
Power On and your channel. You got stuff coming around.
Yeah.
I think when this comes out, you got your big episode.
2.5 hours long. So if you want more long content like this, come hop over to my channel.
Yes. And enjoy that. Next month, I'm not going to tell you what it is,
I'm excited.
but oh my god.
Oh, I'm excited.
It'll make your skin crawl.
Ooh. 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 We'll see you next time.
Enjoy, guys.
Bye.
Bye.